This is a recap of Super Bowl 11 using second season football. This is just a recap. This is an older version of my Excel score sheet. Uh, I played out Super Bowl 11 using this. Um, Super Bowl 11 is the first Super Bowl I remember. I was 8 years old. I wanted Oakland to win. And so it starts off. Minnesota kicked off just as they did in real life. Stabler can't throw. Stabler can't get a lot. Throws an interception. Minnesota intercepts it, and they get the ball at Oakland. Oakland was considered the home team at Oakland's 17-yard line. Uh, they they get it down to the 4, but Target then throws an incomplete. Target throws complete. Finally, Foreman goes over and with the extra point, it's 7-0. So early on, the Minnesota's up 7-0. Uh, Staber throws an incomplete. Staber throws an incomplete. Staber throws an incomplete. Can't do nothing. Minnesota, there's a sack, a fumble. Uh, Minnesota recovers the ball, or not Minnesota. Oakland recovers the ball. First and 10, and Minnesota's 37. And there's penalty Minnesota offsides. Third and 1. Stabler hits Davis for 4. Let's see here. Penalty Minnesota offsides again. Second 5 from Minnesota's 19. Banaszak picks up 13. Van Egan picks up 5 from the 1. Davis. What's what's his name? Clarence Davis scores. Oh, let's go back. Go back. There we go. And Oakland ties the game up midway through the first quarter. See what happens. Minnesota then gets the ball at their 20, goes on a good long drive, targeting quite a few passes to Rashad, Foreman running, but then there's a sack on a fumble, but Tarkin recovers. It ends the drive, and Minnesota kicks a field goal, and they're up 10-0, and that ends the half, or that ends the first quarter, really. Second quarter, Oakland starts out. Oakland fumble. Archell recovers, but they have to punt. Minnesota gets the ball. There's a scramble. Defensive panic interference by Oakland, 28 yards, moves them into field goal position, and McClanahan actually, yeah, moves in field goal position. Targeting to a tight end Voigt for 17. McClanahan for 5. McClanahan for 7. Rashad for 8. McClanahan goes in, and all of a sudden, Minnesota's up 17-7. Midway through the second quarter, Dallas comes back. There's another sack. Van Egan, Minnesota gets called for pass interference. Colsey, 56-yard kickoff return. That's why they're in Minnesota field position. Great field position. Second 11 from 13. Garrett runs for 9. Third and 2. Van Egan gets stuffed. Fourth and 3 from the 4-yard line. They kick a field goal. Oakland's now down by 5 minutes left in the quarter. Minnesota starts driving again. Looks like they're going somewhere. Second 1 from Oakland's 27. McClanahan loses a yard. Third and 2. They lose another yard. Cox misses a field goal. He would have been good from 45. It was a 46-yard. If it would have been a 45, he would have been good. Oakland gets the ball. Minute 16 left at their own 29. Hits Bankston for 18. Blintley called for 28. Oakland called for holding, but Stabler comes back. Sinai for 18. Either down at Minnesota's 17-yard line. Stabler hits Sinai for 16 yards and a touchdown with 18 seconds left, and Oakland ties the game up. Looking at stats, first half stats, you can see them right there. First downs 10-3, rushes 15-72, 12 for 50. Passing 13-19. or 36. Ah, come on now, guys. There we go. 9-17. Well, I ain't gonna get. There we go. Third down and Fitch. I always like our third. 4-7, 4-8. Both teams doing real good. A really close offensive, and it's a tied game. You would think it's going to be tied. It's going to be close. Minnesota takes the ball second half. Can't do anything. Three and out. Oakland gets the ball. Great field position. Three and out. Pins Minnesota deep. Minnesota can't get nothing. They have to punt. Oakland gets great field position again. They're starting at Minnesota's 44, and Stabler hits Casper for 24-yard touchdown. Oakland's up 24-7, almost midway through the third quarter. Minnesota can't do nothing. Three and out. Oakland gets the ball. Man, great field position, but a sack by Eller kills them. Then a 10-yard holding penalty going the wrong way. Even though Stabler hits Casper for 20, they just gets them near midfield, but that's enough to pin Minnesota deep, and Minnesota can't get going, so they have to punt again in Minnesota territory. But a 10-yard holding penalty, and Oakland can't get going. Again, nothing, and then the quarter ends. Oakland's going to get the ball at the 34-yard line. Fourth quarter, they're up by a touchdown. Let's see here. Oakland, bunch of penalties, can't get moving, going the wrong direction. They have to punt. Minnesota gets the ball. 20, they get up to 33-yard line, but then they get denied. Hang on, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Let's see here. Still early in the game. They have to punt. Oakland gets the ball first 10 to 27. They start running, get some good running, get some good passing. They're moving the ball. They get the ball third and three. Minnesota's 37-yard line, and they can't run the ball. They only pick up two. They go for it. Fourth and three, 37. It's no man's land. They go for it, don't make it. Minnesota can't move the ball though. Third and 10, 35. Fourth and one. Decided not to go for it. They decided not to go for it. On their own end of the field, midfield, they're only down by 7. I think that's a good call. Don't go for it. Oakland then gets the ball. Personal foul, 15 yards. That's just a killer. Second 18. Third and 16. Fourth and 15. Just can't do nothing. 5 minutes left in the go. 5 minutes left to go. Oakland's up 24-7. And they get the ball near midfield. Good field position. Foreman, 2 carries, and they're in great field position. First 10, Oakland's 34. Clanahan, -1. McClanahan fumbles, but Rashad recovers. Then Tarkenton hits White. First and 10 at Oakland 17. 2 minutes 45. They need a score to get a field goal. And they do. They need a score to tie the game, and they do. They have to use a timeout. Third and 4 from the 11. Target hits his tight end. Cox hits an extra point. So 2 minutes left to go in Super Bowl 11, and the game is tied at 24. Clark. Stabler to Casper, incomplete. Van Egan runs for 10. That's going to put him at their 35. First and 10. Oakland's had to use a timeout. Stabler to Van Egan for 25. Then Stabler hits Bolitnikoff for 16. Sinai for 15. That's going to put them with under a minute left. Minnesota started to use their timeouts. With under a minute left at the 9-yard line. Stabler to Casper for 6. Then penalty, Oakland false start. Minnesota gets called for a face mask. These are killer penalties. Van Eagle loses 1 second goal from the 5. 7 seconds left. Oakland kicks the field goal. It's good. Oakland squibs it. Hey, you look here. Oakland. Oakland wins 27-4 on a field goal with 3 seconds left. By man, that would have been an exciting Super Bowl. Stabler's named the MVP, 21 of 31, 267, 2 touchdowns. Best rushing was Chuck Foreman, 14 for 87. Oakland, Pete Banaszak had a decent rushing day. Receivers, Ahmad Rashad for 5 for 52. Blendell 5 for 57. Sinai 5 for 75. Here's some defensive plays that happened. It was a fun game. It really was.